So I know that you guys are used to see another angle of my filming plays, but as you probably know, if you've seen my last two vlogs that I uploaded fairly recently, I broke the protected glass of my phone in my front camera place. So if I put you in the normal place where I used to be, which is here, you will see my face reflected with the glorious light that is out there. So I cannot do that, and that is why you are in a different place. Hello beautiful bookworms, my name is Katarina and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be filming my book haul for December, as you've probably seen on the title of this video. So, since December was Christmas time and, well, a time where I'm normally gifted things by my family, my friends, my boyfriend, whatever, I have a little bit of books. So I have books, I have manga. I'm going to show you first all of the manga that I got, and then the books that I got, which are not many, but are beautiful and perfect, and I love all of them without exception. So the first mangas that I'm going to show you are going to be Fairy Tales Volume 10 and 11, and I don't know if you can see it because glass, but yeah. And I really love this cover. I really love this cover and I feel like laughing. So this is by Hiro Mashima, and as you probably can see over there, that's my fairy tale collection, and Fairy Tale is comprised of 63 volumes. It's a finished collection, and it also has some side novels that I'm not collecting at the moment, but yeah, and I'm still doing this collection slowly. I believe that I do have, I don't even know how many volumes I have, but I don't even have 20. So it's off to a good start. If you want to know stuff that I have, well, yeah, buying mangas. So I'm collecting them slowly, and I have now volume 10 and 11, and I will progressively collect them until I have 63 volumes of this manga series. Filming is hard today. I'm just exploring angles, and the fact is I have my arm in here because there's a shelf in here, and so in order for me to talk to you, I need to have my arm in here, you know? So the second manga that I'm going to be talking about is Ruby Volume 3 From Shadows. And this is an official anthology of the four main characters that comprise the main team in the Ruby animation. So this is not an anime, it is an animation. It was made by Monty Hume, I think. And you can search for it in all of the cartoon normal internets. But this is fairly awesome. It's about this world where Grim Reapers, which are creatures of the darkness basically, are a threat to the world, and you have to basically form yourself to be a hunter or a huntress and to actually hunt those creatures and try to make the world a better place. So our main protagonists go to a school and they form Team Ruby, and this particular short story collection, as you say, is about Blake, and she was my favorite character in the beginning of the animation. Now I have more favorite characters and I am kind of switching likes, but I really like her. She has an interesting past. She has she's also half human, half faunus, which is kind of a race that exists that has an animal part, and so she was actually people were racist towards her, and it's really interesting, and I hope that they explore all of her difficult decisions and all of her path and everything that she had to do in her life and all she had to conquer and all that she had to to complete in these short stories, because the second volume of short stories, which was about Weiss, was a little bit of a disappointment. I enjoyed it, but they weren't as profound as they're supposed to be. And the first volume about Ruby I liked. So I really want to like this third volume, and I hope I do. So the next manga is not going to be a surprise for anyone that's been reading or watching my videos. That's been reading. Wow, today I'm great today. I'm very sorry, but yeah, that's what you get when you watch my videos. So, the next manga that I got is Happiness, and this one is by Shuzu Hoshimi, and if you've been here, you know that I loved Happiness. It is actually a contender for one of my favorite mangas of the year. Spoilers for my video about that. But yeah, this is sort of a new take on the vampire paranormal stories. It doesn't have to do with Twilight sort of gimmicks. So it has nothing to do with humans meeting vampires, falling in love, nothing like that. So it's just about the concept of vampirism, the concept of how people can be turned and what that does to people, and if people are monsters or if monsters are born or made. And it also has a plot about characters disappearing and people going after them, and what is family, what your past traumatic experiences mean to your future. So it is fairly nostalgic and fairly aggressive in a way of it shows blood. It has some trigger warnings for scarring, abuse, blood, evisceration stuff, pleasant stuff. But it is also really romantic in not a lover's sort of way, but in the way that the art is made and the way that the topic is approached. It has that feeling, when you feel the rain falling and you're hearing it and you're in your bed at night and you feel that nostalgic sense of belonging and that you're losing something all at the same time. That's what this means to me. And that's why I love this manga series so much. And this is why I actually want to read this volume ASAP, because it's the only volume that I haven't read yet. Next is Tokyo Ghoul Re Volume 7. And Re is the sequel to Tokyo Ghoul, which I really enjoyed. Tokyo Ghoul, again, one of my favorite mangas of the past year. But Re, I am not enjoying it to the point that it's going to be one of my favorite mangas, but I'm enjoying it to the point that it's bringing some conclusions to the main series, and I like to see what they have done with the main characters and that actual time has passed between the first manga series and this one. So I don't know how many volumes these are going to be, but this is the 7th one, and I am really excited to continue reading it. Obviously, this is a very violent series, so you have a lot of trigger warnings, again, for pretty much everything. So I'm not going to even bother in specializing and excluding trigger warnings. Just if you're sensitive to anything, including psychological disorders, it's probably going to be in this one, so just approach with care, if you know what I mean. I'm also not going to bother in giving a synopsis of this, because this is a sequel to a series. So if I'm trying to give a synopsis of this, I'm going to eventually spoil the end of Tokyo Ghoul for you, and I advocate that you absolutely have to read Tokyo Ghoul, because it's one of the best mangas ever, if you enjoy the sort of thing that I enjoy, and so I'm not going to spoil that pleasure for you, so not giving a synopsis of this. The next manga that I got is called Children of the Whales, and it is volume 3. And this one is by Abi Umeda. And look at this cover. Like, this manga has such a Ghibli feeling to it. It is so strange and so amazing. And this is basically the story of this sort of sand island that navigates throughout the sea. And there's a whole entire population of people, obviously, living there, and suddenly they are attacked, and you don't know why, and you don't know what's going on, and they find this girl that has distant markings, and that is not one of them, and all unfolds from there, and it's so beautiful. It has the sensation of a Ghibli story, if you know Studio Ghibli stories, but it's way more impactful in a way. It is a little bit more jarring, it's a little bit more profound and scarring. Well, I did watch The Grave of the Fireflies, and that scarred me for life, so I don't know if more scarring is, but let's get to the point. This was great. I read the first and second volumes of this, so I really want to read the third one. There's a lot of volumes out, maybe 5 or 6 volumes out, I am not sure, but this is really great, and I just recently found out that this is the book club pick for the More Manga Please book club, and if you don't know what that is, I'm going to leave all the information linked down below, and the creator Ashley as well, her channel and everything. And if you like manga, maybe you should participate. I know that I'm going to participate, and I'm going to read this sweet baby because it's the pick for the month. The next manga that I got is Solanin? Yeah, Solanin, and this one is by Inio Asano, and he is known in the manga community, so I believe that I never read anything by this author. I'm not sure, but I think so. And this is basically the story of this college grad girl And she's working a job that she hates, and she has this stupid boyfriend that is always crashing at her apartment because he's a freelancer and he has no money, so he eats her food and everything. And her parents that live in the country keep sending her like vegetables, and she lets them in the fridge to rot and everything. So she doesn't really know what to do with her life, because she had some plans while she was studying, but now adult life is fairly different from what it was when she was a child and adolescent. So I found this curiously amazing because, as you probably know, I'm 22 years old. I finished my master's degree. I am planning on doing my doctorate, but I have no clue of what I'm going to do with my life. And so this sounds like the sort of thing that I could read to get inspired or depressed. I don't know. Either. I mean, I don't have anything better to do I? And then to finish with the manga before we go to the books, I have the crown jewels of this beautiful and amazing haul. But don't go away because you still have some books to see. So I need both hands because I'm going to show you first the spines. And they're so gorgeous, like, look at this beauty! This is Full Metal Alchemist, if you don't know or live under a rock and you've never seen Full Metal Alchemist. This is basically the best story that you can ever watch in animation or in manga form. And yes, I said it, this is kind of my favorite thing in the world. So yeah, Full Metal Alchemist is by Hiromu Arakawa, and I have volume 1 and 2 in this beautiful special collector's edition that my boyfriend got me for Christmas because he's amazing and he spoils me, and I'm a spoiled brat because of him, but that's okay. So basically, if you don't know, Full Metal Alchemist is the story of these two brothers, and their mother dies, and they try to resurrect her using alchemy, actually. I don't know how to speak. So obviously that is kind of taboo magic, and it sort of fails miserably. So one brother ends up without an arm or a leg, and the other brother almost dies and has to have its soul attached to a piece of armor. And so the older brother, the one that lost an arm and a leg, continues to study alchemy and is now known as the Full Metal Alchemist, and is that this bro. And they are together, like they're state alchemists, and they work for the state, supposedly, but what they really want is to find the Philosopher's Stone in order to retrieve their members and the body, and try to live a normal life. And this is pretty amazing because alchemy is amazing, first of all. Second of all, it meddles with God and other things that for me are really amazing because it has some interpretations that you normally don't have. And it has a lot of enemies, it has a lot of action, it has a lot of crying because, oh Lord, did I cry throughout that anime. My soul rested in peace watching that anime. It was amazing, and I really want to read it because I've never read it, and it's kind of my favorite anime of all time. Almost, it competes with Igarashi no Naku Koroni, to be honest. But I absolutely love this. Like, do you know those people that tell you, oh, you have to watch Naruto because Naruto is the best thing? That's me, but with Full Metal Alchemist. Like, you totally have to watch Full Metal Alchemist. And I recommend that you watch Brotherhood and not Full Metal Alchemist because that animation, it's not the thing. You go watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and then you tell me that you don't like anime. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. So after that, let's get into the books that I got in December. So the first book was given to me by a friend, and that is The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. So, first of all, I have no idea if I said the title of this right or wrong, so I'm just gonna check. Yeah, that's it. It's The Casual Vacancy. So, this, I think, was the first book that J.K. Rowling wrote after all of the Harry Potter things, so it's an adult book, kind of a mystery book about this city, from what I understand, where people start dying. No, somebody dies, and then the city goes chaotic, and there's a war. Oh shit, what? I have no idea what this is, but it sounds interesting, and it is J.K. Rowling, so I've never read anything that she wrote besides Harry Potter. So I think that I should give her a chance. I don't know, and I'm happy to have this in case that I want to actually try it out and read it. we will see. The next book that I got was also given to me by some friends, and that is The Classic Stories of Edgar Allan Poe, and it is a collector's edition, hardcover, and absolutely fucking gorgeous. I've shown this on my Magical Readathon vlog if you've watched it, but in here you can see all of the blue and everything reflecting. It's just... you have no idea how gorgeous this is and how I love Edgar Allan Poe. Like, you have no idea. I actually received story time, okay? Just sit comfortable. So I put the book right here so my arm can be like this and I can tell you the story. But story time, I received by my boyfriend a skull. And you're going to be like, what? No, it's a soap skull. And I loved it because I love this sort of shit morbid stuff. And I thought I'm going to put it in a box. And I'm going to put it next to my Edgar Allan Poe collection. You can see this. And then the skull. Like, how cool is that going to be on my shelf? Like, you don't know me, I'm a morbid motherfucker. And this is yeah, this is me. A skull and a Edgar Allan Poe and tea, maybe. Like, who knows? And some hot chocolate as well. Like, I'm morbid, but I also like some sweets, okay? Life without sweets is sad. Let's proceed. And to finish it off, a book that my mother gave me. And you know that when my mom gives me books, something is going on. And that is Killing Commendatory by Haruki Murakami. And if you've been on this channel for more than one video, you know that Murakami is my favorite author. Actually, if you look at that shelf, not that one with the white books right there, those are all Murakami books. I adore him. I have pretty much all the books that he's ever written. One of them is in Italian because they didn't have it in Portuguese. So, grasp that idea. And this is the newest book that he came out with. And it's a hardcover edition of my favorite author! Ah! I'm so sorry if you're using headphones to watch this video, but I had to scream. Okay, I just had to. And I have to show you this. Isn't it lovely? I absolutely fucking adore this cover, and I am so happy that my mom got me this in English, because the Portuguese cover is not nearly as beautiful as this one, and they divide the book in two, which you never do, because you want to read a complete book right when it comes out. You don't want it divided into two. But whatever, Portuguese printing, I'll come at you one day, and you will see. You will fucking see, okay? So, this is basically the story of this dude. I think that he is an artist. Yeah, he's a painter in Tokyo, and he's abandoned by his wife and his friends and everyone, and welcome to a Murakami novel, because everyone is always fucking alone and crying, and I feel like it's like my life, you know? And he goes to the mountain, to this house where a famous artist crafted a painting, and the painting is there, and it's called Killing Commendatory, the title of the book. And after he sees that painting, I think, he intentionally opens a circle of mysterious circumstances. To close it, he must complete a journey that involves a mysterious ringing bell, a 2-foot-high physical manifestation of an idea, a dapper businessman who lives across the valley, a precocious 13-year-old girl, a Nazi assassination attempt during World War II in Vienna, a pit in the woods behind the artist's home, and an underworld haunted by double metaphors. And I cannot wait. You know what? I cannot wait. I am just so hyped for this that I don't even know. Like, I want to read a book before I read this, but I don't know if I can. I don't really know if I can, because Murakami, man, it's the thing, you know? I adore when one of my favorite authors put books out. Like, I adore it. I don't know. So that's going to be all for this video today, guys. I hope that you guys enjoy it, and if you got some bookish presents in Christmas, if you want, you can tell me something down below and tell me if you got any of these books, or if you know any of these books, and if you would like to read them. So that is all for today, guys, and happy readings to you all, and I hope you had a nice new year and all of that jazz. So yeah, bye!